Saturday, July 22nd. Hello everyone, Brian here. I hope you're doing well. Today's garden update is titled Garden Gone Wild. It's close to 10 a.m. this morning and it's nice and bright. I hope it doesn't cause too much contrast and difficult to see some of the things that I want to show you today. About 3 weeks ago, we left our garden for about 8 days and we went to visit Yellowstone. This garden has been pretty much self-sufficient or even untouched since then because I caught a cold during the trip, and coming back on the trip, we brought back with us the heat dome back to California. So it's been hot and I haven't been coming outside. And now that I feel a little bit better, I'm out here. Normally when I get sick, I like to be really active. It gets me back and going again, but with the heat, it just made me want to just stay inside. So there's lots to see. I'm gonna start by showing you the Egger's baby that I notice is blossoming today. It's a dragon fruit, and normally I'm pretty indifferent to dragon fruit, but I'm very excited about Egger's baby because when I tasted it last year, it had a lychee or rose flavor to the dragon fruit. It makes it very interesting with a nice touch of sweetness. So very excited. We got 4 potential fruit on this plant here. Here's the blossom. So maybe we'll do a part 2 and go out to the front yard on a different day. There's definitely a lot to see, even just for the backyard. So here is our Black Prince tomato. They're making tomatoes now, and if you didn't catch previous updates, it's grown on top of this dragon fruit because last year I noticed our dragon fruit plant gets sun scald, so it's here to protect our plant. Oh look, there's another dragon fruit blossom. So very excited about this. Maybe we'll do a taste testing video when that forms fruit. And then in the backyard, there's lots growing. In this dense growing area, we have lots of things. We got tomatillos in here. We got a dahlia. This dahlia is really taking over this area. You can see some of the tomatillos in there. And we have some fruit here. Let's peel it open so you can see our fruit. Tomatillo is a pretty inexpensive grocery item, so growing them doesn't really make practical sense. So if we can tuck it somewhere and not have to worry about them, that's a good way to grow about the tomatillos. And then we also have different varieties of strawberries. So here's a gaviota strawberry. They're all over the place because we haven't been here to pick them and eat them. We got some haricot vert. This is a nickel French filet beans, very good bean, and it grows as a bush. I recommend that variety. Then we have plumeria. This is a Hawaii plumeria. It's an orange flower. So you'll notice a lot of orange flowers in our garden. I like collecting them because they have a very interesting colors. One of my favorite colors for flowers. And then up that way we have Roma tomatoes, different types of tomatoes. Here is some more strawberries. This is a Mara de Bois strawberry. It's very productive. And then we got some peppers down that way. If you've caught previous updates, we can't go down our retaining wall path because it's grown in. So I'm gonna take a different path and go up that ladder that we have over there. So let's head over there. And then we got a plane going over. Lots of peaches that we haven't been eating. And this year, we have a very low rodent pressure because the male and female came out and I was able to trap it before it made babies. So we have very low rodent pressure this year, 0 rodent pressure. So we can leave a lot of our fruit on trees and vines. Here's a couple of poblano peppers. We got them forming now. It's finally warm enough for them. And then we have some new to us varieties over there. That's a Maricel pepper. And I grow that one because my sister-in-law, she likes to make mole with the Maricel pepper. So I was trying to grow some for her as a surprise. And then our Anaheim peppers, they're a disappointment this year because of May Gray and June Gloom. I started these pepper plants outside as I normally do, but I should have recognized the conditions and threw them underneath grow lights. But I was hoping with each day it would get sunny, but it never did. So they got stunted. Meanwhile, the peppers that we started earlier in the year under grow lights, they've gotten very big now, including this poblano pepper. So up there we have the beak pepper, also known as ají piquino. Those are the little tiny fruity peppers, very good to eat and make pickles with. And then let's see, what else do we have? Some more strawberries up there. Those are the, if you see the initials, MB, Mar de Bois. So the Mar de Bois strawberry is a French variety. Here, let me try to get down here without falling. And it is one of the older varieties. And when it comes to strawberries, they were cultivated from wild strawberries, like these alpine strawberries. So they have a different flavor. They have a pineapple-y flavor. Our modern strawberries are way different. They're firmer. They're designed to be able to ship and hold off the plant. And so they have a different texture. I really like the modern variety, but if you want something interesting, look for the Mar de Bois, because it's a nice in between modern and wild. And what's nice about the wild is they're very productive. So you'll see with our Mar de Bois plant, they have those very productive qualities to them. So we have some more strawberries down this way as well. Let's see if I can tell what variety this is. This looks to be Chandler. This is one of my favorite varieties. We're trialing different varieties. This is a good tasting one. What's a good tasting strawberry to me? It's nice and firm, sweet, and it has a little bit of astringent quality to it. So I love the tannins. You can see here we have some more Mar de Bois, and so you can see it's loaded with fruit because it's more productive. And another quality of a wild garden is I haven't been able to pinch off the runners. So with strawberries, you want to pinch off the runners so that they can focus energy on growing fruit. Let's see. The other thing that's taking over this area is this loofah plant. So it's taking over. I need to come back and trim off some vines because we want our bitter melon to have some sunlight and grow. Let's see, our cut and come again, Guylon has bolted, so I need to trim back all the plants that bolted. And then we have bell peppers. This is a Eula Wonder bell pepper. Some of them are a little bit flatter. I need to thin out some of the fruit actually so that we can get larger fruit. This one kind of fell off as I touched it, so this kind of naturally thinned itself out. And we have some bell peppers. We can normally grow them to supermarket size by managing them a little bit more. So we got some nice ones. And then our basil plant, we need to pinch off. This is Italian basil. We got to pinch off these flower buds so we can get more nice tasting leaves. And then over here, if you caught previous updates, this is our Costoluto Genovese tomato plant, and they're still producing. And in the summertime, our tomato plants, with the heat, they become pollen sterile, so they stop growing, making fruit that are worthwhile. So at some point in the near future, we're going to top these plants off, let the fruit ripen, and we're going to plant something else, maybe a corn. I don't want to leave this area without showing you our Oxheart tomato. This is how big they can get. They can actually get a lot bigger than this, maybe a third more. And this color here tells us it's got some sun skull. So if I had the ability to, I would have thrown some type of draping like what we did with the bell pepper, like this old curtain here, and drape it on there to give it some protection from direct sunlight. And then in this densely planted area, we have some jalapenos. So we have all the ingredients to make salsa. We'll roast up some of the jalapeno, some onions, some of the tomatoes, and make a salsa. We even have some tomatillos that we can do that with. Here is another flower. Here's a Lysianthus. This is the apricot color. That's that orange color that I keep telling you about that I like on flowers. And then we have this lime green, yellowish daylily that's blooming as well for us. We have a bunch of Principe Borghese tomatoes. These are cherry paste tomatoes, and I need to pluck them off so we can sun dry them. So I'm getting the strength back. The weather's cooling off a little bit this week by about 10 degrees, so that means I can come out here and start working and harvesting some of our things. Some of the things that got damage will be some of our raspberries. I forgot to put them under the drip or automated irrigation, so they got thirsty, but I watered them and they're starting to come back to life. This is a heritage raspberry. And then I'm just scanning over here. We have a lot more of those dahlias that are blooming, and then our red flame grapes are starting to turn color. We got some good sizes on them this year, and I'm hoping to grow them much bigger next year. I thought this would be the year because this vine has been growing here for a while. You can see the vine down there. It's gotten pretty thick girth on it, and then I trimmed off and managed some of the fruit sets, hoping to concentrate the size, but that's what we're gonna get this year. Maybe next year will be bigger. Let's see, what else is over here that I don't want to forget? Oh, I almost forgot to show you two things. This is the Craig LaHoyer Cherokee Purple. So we have some nice fruit on here. And then our first planting of ube. The vine's growing up, looking very pretty here. And then I'm gonna take you over to the rest of our garden in the backyard and show you the tomatoes that we grew. These other tomatoes that I'm talking about, the ones that we started early February, are going to be the Costaluto Genovese, and then the Principe Borghese. I found through years of experimentation that certain varieties do better if we just start later, like in late February or even March, because they catch up pretty quickly. Starting too early means we have to tend to them under grow lights, and it's a little bit more labor. Here are some more strawberries. These are the Seascape. This is another good variety, Seascape and Chandler. Gaviota, it's a little bit more finicky, but maybe worth the trouble if you're really into strawberries. And then over here we have our San Marzano. And once again, this year we got good climate, or I keep saying climate, I mean weather. Weather is a local thing. Climate is an average of time of weather over many years. So this year's weather has been very good for tomato fruit sets. They've set well, so we have nice big clusters. So those are the San Marzanos. They're coming in now. And then we have some traditional Cherokee purples over there. Let me try to move some of the leaves so you can see them. That's a traditional Cherokee purple. Some more San Marzanos that are ripening down there. And then, of course, with zucchini, if you forget to remove them off the vine, they get really big. So let me just take this one off with you. And I like to set them down because the chickens and ducks will peck at it. So we have some more strawberries over here. Mein Schindler. This is a old German variety, or a variety developed in Germany by a hobbyist. And the plants are pollen sterile, so you need a couple of different varieties to pollinate them. So they make these round strawberries that are closer to the wild strawberries. So we got some really overripe ones that are starting to dry. Here's one. And then we got, this is a New York developed variety. This is Hanoe. Let me give you the tag so you can see the spelling. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Hanoe. So, and it's making fruit. And then up here, some more Air Nickel Air Couvert. We gotta start harvesting these. And then we got a eggplant over here. This is a hybrid variety. I think it's called Orient. The seeds were shared with us by a fellow gardener in Pennsylvania. Some more Air Couvert. And then down this way we have some cover crop. This is hairy vetch that we're growing for the first time. And then my kid's pumpkin plant that he started, the kindergartner, started in the classroom with the teacher. The teacher's a very avid gardener as well. So we got a couple of pumpkins for Halloween. And then the sunflower that they started bloomed and has now set seeds, so we have seeds to plant with. At some point after this video, I'm going to take this rabbit fencing off, and I'm gonna let the chickens and ducks in here to start munching on the hairy vetch and maybe start some of the pumpkin plants and kind of turn this into chicken manure and duck manure for us. And then the other thing I want to show you over here is this mulberry plant that our friend Sean from across the way, he's a regular channel viewer, shared with us. I can't remember the variety of the mulberry. Here it is. Let me pick it. It takes a long time to ripen. It's a very firm mulberry. It's a little bit tart. Almost tastes like one of those Asian fruits that I can't think of. Yeah, it's on the tart side, and sweet comes in later on. The other sad thing to report is that our variegated calamansi plant, where I set it for our vacation, the spray shifted and this plant didn't get water, so it's the leaves are dried, and I'm hoping with this plant, in most cases, it saves its energy by shutting down the leaves, and then the trunk should still be alive, so at some point it'll shoot out some new growth, and that's my hope. We have a lot of bush beans. These are the Jacob's cattle bush beans, and we let them grow and we collect them as dry beans. And then we have some corn here. This is one of the, I think, triple crown corn, one of my favorite hybrid corns. And the last thing I'm gonna show you, well, you saw some peaches, and I'm walking over here and I see some more peaches. These are Red Baron peaches. They're very big this year. So we have different succession varieties of peaches. The Red Baron, and then the Mid Pride was over there, and then up there on that tuft, that's August Pride. So that's gonna come in after the Red Baron in about a month. We'll get some fruit over there, and then we have a couple more varieties of peaches over here as well. So let me show you. This is the other one was, I think, Eva's Pride. This is August Pride. So we have some more peaches over here for August. This one's turning color a little bit. Maybe it's ready. Let's pick it. Oh wow, it's ready to go. Let's take a bite. Nice and peachy and sweet. Oh, this is a good one. Okay, let me set this down so we can continue our tour, where we have our other tomatoes here. This is Amish paste. This is a new to us variety. And then we have our Blue Beach tomatoes over here. Blue Beach is a very productive tomato. They make these big, giant paste tomatoes. And this area, I've kind of given up on a little bit, because we have added 3 new hens to our flock, and they're pullet size, so they're a little bit more nimble and agile, and they can hop over this low fence. So they've come in here and they've eaten some of the tomatoes, so I haven't done too much to keep them out. I think some of the fruit up here is high enough that they can't reach, so we're gonna let them be. And then have some corn here. This is the Vision MXR corn. So we have a single row here, and in the front yard we got a double row of corn, and on the side yard we got a single row of corn. So we got a good number of ears of corn. This is a sweet corn and good for grilling. So we got some nice kernels, and we need to harvest them soon so that we can enjoy them. And finally, we'll end this video with some shots of the Acerola cherry. This is a heat-loving cherry. It's called Acerola cherry, but technically not the stone fruit kind. They taste like star fruit. Ironically high in vitamin C, and I should have loaded up on them before setting off on this 3-week or 8-day adventure and picked up this summertime cold. All right, that's gonna be it for this update here in the backyard. Oh, maybe not. We got one more thing. So here we got this quick planter that was made this year, and we have some Shantae melons that are starting to form, and they really love the warm weather. And speaking of warm weather, it's starting to warm up, and my phone is complaining that it's getting hot. So this is a good time to end our Garden Gone Wild update. Hope you're doing well, stay healthy, and we'll see you in the next update.